So we want to make a sheet list, which is a table of contents for our assembly of documents. And so we start out, we just simply go over to our schedule. We right click on top of that, and Revit has a choice here for sheet list. So we'll just click on that, and there we go. Now, these are the available fields that we can put in our table of contents. And as we move them over to here, that's what the fields that will actually show up. So for us, we really need the sheet number and the sheet name, and that'd be enough. Now, I like the sheet number to be first and the sheet name to be second. So let's say okay to that and see what happens. There we go. Revit has listed all of my sheet numbers and all of the sheet names here. So we can go back to the sheet that we've made here, sheet list site location. It says that's where we want to put our sheet list. So we go back to our schedule, we click on that and drag it over. And there it is. Now, this is an unacceptable format or presentation for your final project and your final exam. See this, I would call this a major line. And inside of that major line, there are some minor lines. So in this major line here, there are 3 lines. And in this major line, there are 2 lines. And I only want to see 1 line in each major line. And we fix that by simply dragging it a little bit wider so that all of the text can fit in, and it makes it 1 line. So that's fine. That's our sheet list. That's what we wanted. And there are some here that we haven't named yet. And let's see. It appears to be sorting properly. Let's take a look at the sheet list again. And we'll go back and we'll take a look at the sorting and grouping. And it isn't sorted by anything. So we'll sort it by the sheet number. And there it will ascend. Well, let's see what's happening here. Okay, really good. Now it's numerical and alphanumerically or in order here. But I would like the numbers to be centered instead of aligned to the left. So we can go over to formatting and pick the sheet number as the field. And then we have some properties that we can assign to it. So the alignment is what I'm concerned about. And let's align it by the center. Everything else is fine. There we go. So now that moved the column information, it centers it, and this will stay left justified, which is fine with me. So let's go back to our sheet list and see what happens. Look at that, beautiful. So we can move it over if we want to. We just grab it and drag it over. So we'll have our sheet list on this side, and over here we'll have our site location. Now, the nice thing about this is as we add another sheet, Revit will populate the sheet list automatically. So let's do that. New sheet. We right click on top of sheets. We say new sheet. And we've got the format of the size that we want. We'll say okay. And let's see what would come after these. Well, it's 1000.01. Let's go back and look at our sheet list. And there it is, 1000.01. Look at that. It added it automatically. So the importance of your sheet list is, well, you can make it at any time you want, but once you put it on the sheet here, you don't have to go back and continually add information to it. It automatically, Revit automatically populates it. So that's very, very nice. And that's what I would be looking for. Make sure, though, when you make your submission, that your major lines, which would be these, are only populating 1 line of what I would say, call it a minor line or a sub set in there, which makes sure that it's only 1, not 2. And that's a very simple thing to do. But see this? Now there's 2 lines here. That is not acceptable presentation for your final project. We want it to look more like that. And there we go. That's the sheet list.